I had my son. At I was 18, and he was a blessing. And I really started just trying to be a mother, but I was still actively in my addiction. Mm-hmm. And I didn't drink while I was pregnant with him, but you best believe afterwards I was back off to the races. And so it really opened my eyes to see. That was like the first thing that opened my eyes to see, like, okay, I can't keep going like this. I can't keep going at that speed. Now, of course, I had to do 2 more years of that before I really came to say, you know what, I surrendered to this, to my disease. And so that would be the second thing. My alcoholism really getting sober, and this week I celebrated my 8 years of sobriety. Really being sober has really helped me look at life differently, and really just be in a state of gratitude at all times.
All right. Hold on. I gotta cut you off. Hey, y'all, 8 years of sobriety. Listen, congratulations. That is major. That is major. Congratulations. All right, I'm sorry I had to do that. Go ahead.
No, thank you. Yes, and it wasn't easy. It's been a long 8 years, and I have to say I did more messing up sober than I did when I was drinking. But I have to say, like, I went through all of that and didn't pick up a drink, and so that's just to let you know how God has his hands on me. He has his hands on all of us. But for me in particular, so having my son was the first thing that opened my eyes up. You know what? Life is so much more to life than what I'm living, and I want to be able to provide opportunities for him. And I can't do that at the pace that I'm going. And then at the way I was going, I was living a destructive life. Like, it was going downhill fast. And so a lot of people were like, wow. Like, so I never had a legal drink. I got sober at 20. And so I don't know what that's like, but I started drinking at 11, 13. And so, life was crazy. Wow. As you can imagine. And so, wow. I just thank God for bringing me out of that situation and really just allowing me to see, like, going through the 12 steps was the hardest thing I think I ever had to do, because I had to look at the ugliness of myself. I had to really dig deep and look at every area, every nook and cranny that I had been sweeping under the rug. And so it really just opened my eyes up to know, like, life is a gift. And it's a day at a time. Because as we know, things can change so quickly. And so, some days I'm like really just crawling through it, like minute by minute, second by second, just holding on, like, oh Lord, just get me through. But I thank God that I haven't had the obsession to drink. He lifted it immediately, and so now, I could be around and people are like, oh, you can, you around liquor, like, it doesn't bother you. Like, people even change up their pitch, like, they're like, I'm not going to drink. I'm like, no, enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's something that I know that I can't do for me, but you go ahead, you partake, you enjoy yourself. I'm not going to be around people that's going to get drunk and obnoxious. But I definitely, don't want to stop anybody else from enjoying life in whatever capacity that is, because I have an allergy. That's how I look at it. There's some people that can't eat peanuts. I can't pick up a drink, because if I pick up a drink, you're going to break out in hives. If you pick up peanuts, I'm going to break out in handcuffs. So we're going to keep it water, juice, that kind of thing. God. I got creative with the juice. I'll be at a place where they serve it. Like, I'll be like, hey, give me some cranberry juice and orange juice mixed together. People be like, you all fancy with it, whatever.
Yep. That's my thing. Give me a Shirley Temple. And man, that thing up. Put like 2 extra cherries on that thing for me, yo. Thank you. Like, yeah. Like, you want a Shirley Temple? Yeah, I want a Shirley Temple. I don't drink. Give me a Shirley Temple. Make it look good. Right. Make it look tough. Don't put it in that little cute glass. Yeah. Give me a man glass. Make it look manly. But yeah, man, I know it's definitely the case. And I've noticed, before we get to your third thing, I've noticed, since I've stopped drinking, people used to try to hit me with that, oh, well, I'm not going to drink either. Like, no, you do you. And, it's like when you give up certain things, it gets magnified to you when you're around it. Like, certain things, if somebody walks by me with a specific drink, I'll probably just vomit now if I smell it. And it's crazy because I used to be all up in that stuff, and I was never addicted, but I was a social drinker. When I was out hanging out, I drank, but it was like, man, I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time for this. And especially for me, it wasn't an addiction that made me stop, but it's the fact that, I had a bad experience. I was out drunk one night, and I witnessed everything happening right before my eyes, but didn't pay it any attention because I just was not in my right state of mind and got stuck up at gunpoint. And it's like, I saw everything happen. I could have easily just said, all right, let's be out, get in the car and pull off before anything happened. But I'm just sitting there in my own little drunk world, just dumb, blah, blah, blah. Like, and it affected me. And so now for me, I don't have any kind of reason that I do anything except for the fact that I want complete control of my mind at all times. I don't want anybody to try to make a decision for me. I don't want any kind of influence to make a decision for me. I'm going to make that dumb decision on my own. If it's a dumb one, because, we still going to make dumb decisions. We still human. And, that's life. But, yeah, man, it's real. It's real. All right, you can go ahead.
And I think my third final thing would have to be the most recent thing, and that's that I'm a survivor of domestic violence. That really showed me it showed me my strength. Mm-hmm. It showed me that I am too great, too wonderful. I am a child of God, and I should never ever subject myself to a situation like that ever again. And it has given me a power that I just can't explain. And it also has really strengthened my relationship with Christ. Like, I have to say, after that situation, like, I rededicated my life to Christ. And so everything I do it with Him in mind. I don't do anything without checking with Him first. And so, those three situations throughout my life. And there's been other situations, too, that have had an impact. But I'll have to say those have had the strongest impact on my life and really just changed my mind, my mindset, and helped me to be able to be the woman I am today, the mother I am, and helped me to move the way I do. And, I thank God for each and every one of those situations. I have two wonderful boys, 8 and 3. And now I'm doing things in my business. Now I'm doing things. I help with a lot of homeless initiatives, and I'm out there telling my story to women in shelters and things like that. So I'm just allowing God to use me and move me wherever He say go. I'm going. I ain't asking no questions. You know what I mean? Because again, the doors He has opened for me. All I can do is thank Him by being of service and doing what He told me to do and being obedient. So.
Ooh, the magic word, obedience. Obedience. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing to really grasp the concept with, you're not used to following directions. We live in a rebellious world. We want to do things our way, but that obedience is key. It's definitely key. And, I want to...
the hardest thing ever.
Oh, listen. I mean, me, I've always moved to my own beat. So for me, obedience wasn't that big of an issue with God. With everybody else, oh yeah, like, don't tell me what to do. You ain't got no say over me. But with God, it was like I looked at myself closely. I looked at my experiences closely, and I realized, like, listen, I done been through some crazy stuff. And for me to still be here, it ain't nobody but God. And, I heard those little whispers in my ear before I had a relationship with God that was telling me. I didn't listen. So, you know what, God? I got you. You tell me something, God, I got you. I ain't running. I'm not going to pull my Jonah. I'm just going to do what you tell me to do because I see for myself. But everybody else, ooh, yo, God, all right, I'm gonna have to talk to you, God. I'm gonna have to consult this with you. Like, should I listen to them? Because I don't really know. But yeah, God is working on me. I had some severe trust issues, y'all, and God is definitely still working on me because I stopped trusting people. I probably still don't trust people to this day. I just trust God to put the right people around me, and I just leave it at that.
There you go.
I leave it at that. But now, this is Mindset Shiftology, and we talked a whole lot about mindset and different aspects of the mind tonight. So for you, what was the greatest mindset advice you've received, or something that you can leave with my listeners that comes from you, or both if you want to throw out two different things? But what's that greatest mindset advice that you can give or that you've received?
I think the biggest thing for me, the biggest mindset thing that I had been told from someone else was that first of all, for me personally, in the 12-step program that I've gone through, the biggest thing was a day at a time. And I think for me, I have to say that was powerful for me because I was one to have to, like, I needed to know, like, I was in my head about yesterday, tomorrow, next month, and the year after that. Now, it's okay to plan for those things. It's okay to have a vision and a mission. Okay, you know where you want to go. But for me, it's a day at a time because how can I make an impact today? Mm-hmm. What can I do for my mental health today? Because the reality of it is we can make these 5-year plans and go outside tonight and get hit by a car, and that 5-year plan is out the window.
Yeah.
So what have I done to be of service today? What have I done to be loving to myself today? What have I done to make my relationship with Christ closer today? Did I listen when he told me I should have gave that homeless person $1 today? And so for me, that's the biggest thing, a day at a time. Like a lot of people say it and it sounds so cliche, but it's so much deeper, Yes. It's really just being the best person you can be, giving 110% today.
Yes.
If you can give 110% today, if you are blessed with tomorrow, you do it again, and so on and so forth. And that really just puts your mind at a state of gratitude. Like, listen, like, I didn't have to wake up this morning. When my feet hit that floor, I'm gonna give 110% today, Lord. Mm-hmm. And I thank you for that opportunity for allowing me to be able to do that. So that's one of the biggest things that I really just lead my life with, and it has helped me tremendously in sobriety and raising my children. Because as you know, children, these kids out here is crazy. And even my own kids, they act off the wall some days too. And and so like what I did today is not going to count tomorrow. Like I might have to leave with a whole nother pitch tomorrow. Like I might have won the day today doing this with my kids, but tomorrow they're going to show me something new, and it's going to be a whole new adventure, and I'm going to have to redirect that thing. Like what I did yesterday is not going to count for today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I am going through that right now with my 8-year-old. Like he is showing me, like, oh man, this is what it's going to be like. Like, oh man, we had a great day yesterday. Like he was on fire. He was coming home. He had a good day at school. Everything was good. And then hit me with something new tomorrow, and I'm like, oh man, I wasn't ready for this. Like, I can't. Now I got to come from I got to switch it up.
I know.
So I think the other thing is being, I know you know. I think the other thing is being flexible, you know, and not being so stuck on what you think life should be. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times we play these games with our mind where, we think we should be at a certain place by now. Now we think we should be doing this by now. And a lot of the times, God is saying, how